Hello, my name is Jeff. I'm a wizard. Welcome to my channel. I want to try a review again. I've been wanting to get back into reading, been getting a lot of signs to get back into reading, so I picked up this book and I started reading. And I got a little bit confused in the first story in this book about some of the logic and morals being applied. So let's get into that, okay? The story is about Scrooge McDuck, which is the uncle of Donald Duck, and first appears in, I've got some facts for you.
It behooves you when investing to investigate the facts.
He first appears in Christmas on Bear Mountain in 1947. A story by Carl Barks, a Donald Duck story, where Donald Duck is too poor to afford Christmas or celebrating, right? Yeah, Christmas with his nephews. But they're unexpectedly invited by his Uncle Scrooge. Now, these stories seem to do that a lot, where they really want to make characters seem extra good, so they give it a lot of disconvenience. So, you know, like it's a good moment for him to suddenly invite them when they're out of money. It's weird. You think like, how does he know? Is this something going on? But what is weirder is the discrepancy in wealth there, because his nephew and three nephews are sons from your nephew, also nephews. Whatever, his family are struggling that much with money, and he's the richest duck in the world. But after reading this story, I was like, you know, richest duck or richest. I was giving you facts.
It behooves you when investing to investigate the facts.
So he first appeared in Christmas on Bear Mountain. Then he got his own comics, I think, later on as well. And in 1964, let me see. No, 1961, sorry. Magica, the spell, appears for the first time. And she is an enemy of Scrooge McDuck, or at least she's after his lucky coin, his lucky dime, the very first dime he ever earned. Apparently he ever had a job where he earned a dime. So I guess he's really old. I don't know, what's a dime? I guess that's 10 cents, right? What's a dime? A 10-cent coin, yeah. So how much was a dime worth in, when was Scrooge McDuck first appeared?
One eternity later.
About $3. So what job did he have that he earned a dime? It's really weird. He should have made more money there, I think. I don't know, okay? That's one thing. Now, an interesting thing I thought was that Magica needs the coin, the dime, to make something that can give you the Midas touch, you know, like turn things to gold. Because she also, the first comic book she appears in is also called The Midas Touch, I believe. Yes, it is. In Uncle Scrooge 36, his own series there. She's an Italian socialist, did I already say that? I don't know. I'm doing a lot of takes here. She lives on the slopes of Mount Vesuvius next to Naples, Italy. Yeah, she wants to melt it in the fires of the volcano, and she then can turn it into a powerful amulet capable of the Midas touch. Moving on. So let's go into the story. Scrooge McDuck gets disturbing news. He's in his vault. That's where we start. And he's very upset because his spies, he has spies spying on Magica. What's her name again? I always forget it. Because I read it in Dutch, right? So, Magica spell. Magica the spell? Weird name. Doesn't jive with me. The spell. She was in a really good mood when she returned home. And after years of searching, she finds this spell. I'm having trouble seeing left and right here, but probably you are not having trouble doing that, so moving forward. She's very excited. She's found this ultimate magic spell, alright? By the legendary wizard and astrologist Avestan. Cool name. Is that a real person? No, I'm not gonna go into it. Yes, I am.
It behooves you when investing to investigate the facts.
It's an Avestan alphabet. It's Avestan language, Zend language, is an Eastern Iranian language of the Avesta. Okay, so here is a wizard. And it's this most powerful spell ever or something, the ultimate spell. And it can only be used when the planets are aligned in a certain position. It says here, by a certain alignment of the planets, but then we can see them all in one row. So just all the planets aligned. And she says like, yippee.
Acting.
With this, the lucky dime from Scrooge McDuck will be mine. All right. So until the time is there to use it, I will store it in this magical vault or bank called Asgarath. Looking up Asgarath. Okay, so it's a dragon, but here it's a bank. Asgarath, mystical storing house. Okay, especially made to protect wizard stuff from all kinds of funky shit and from all kinds of magic and stuff, right? So you think this would be like highly like secured and very hard to break in because they have magic. Hello, and if you have magic to contain magic, your magic must be really good, right? But no match for Scrooge McDuck and his team. See this guy here, right? He invents a lot of stuff. Which is fortunate for Scrooge McDuck because he like makes his life a lot easier. Anyways, so what is noticeable first of all is that you see the spies like following her from the distance and through the window. So I guess they heard her say like, "Yes, the lucky dime is mine." So they tell Scrooge McDuck this, and he's like, "Oh no, she's after my lucky dime." Now we're assuming here that they heard her say it. Okay, if they didn't, they're just assuming this, that like, oh no, she has the spell, she's gonna come after my dime, we have to stop her. So they decide to break into this vault called Asgarath to steal it from this vault, so she cannot steal from him. They're going to steal from her. I don't know what I was going to do there. I was going to touch my nose and my eye, and I couldn't decide. So I did. Sorry. Moving on. So first of all, this is also fun. They look at the pictures of the personnel from the vault. 2 people for the entire bank or vault here. These are the 2 that work there. The manager and then his assistant. Also weird, Donald Duck then says, "What a bunch of clowns. That one's ears look really weird." Judge Judy there. And then they say, but the other one has an open and honest face. Okay? But that's sort of already doing something with you. Is already pointing out that like, ooh, we don't like that one. Okay? There's something wrong with him. But that's okay, whatever. So then he says like, there's a problem. Nobody knows where Asgarath is or how you can get there. But then this inventor man he really fixes everything like this, like in a flash. So they find the right area by the amount of magical aura. So there seems to be one place alone on Earth that has that much magical aura, which again says that this place must be way too difficult to get into for these guys, right? Because they barely ever know magic. It's laying in the Bashkart mountains, where Bashkortostan. I don't know. I don't think so. I think they made that up as well. So anyways, like here, you can see them. You just like, oh, tap, tick, 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 no, tap, tap, tap on my computer, and then fix that problem. So that was easy. Then they're going to break into it. Then they are talking about how to do that, and they say like, oh no, there are these 2 stone dogs at the entrance that guard the place, or they check people for their magical aura before they can enter. They put on this wizard costume on Donald Duck so he can break into the vault. I love that Scrooge McDuck pulls all his friends into this crime because he's afraid for that lucky dime to go away. But at this point, by the way, we have to note he's already the richest duck in the world, and he has this wealth that he can't even count. And they're also I don't know, a lot. He's rich. He's the like beyond Elon Musk of the duck world. Still so afraid to lose a dime. Okay, afraid enough to commit a crime. I feel this underlying tone of him just can't handling that she would get it or something. Okay, because it's been going on for a long time. There's some underlying, like love and hate very close together there. Anyways, so they get past the dogs because they check the aura and they don't react. And it's weird, right? Wait. The inventor guy invents this perfume that gives him a magical aura so he can pass through the dogs there. So they come through at the gate, the dogs smell him, and they let him pass. Anyways, then we go to the servants of the story, and they are talking about how they do their jobs, and we kind of hear the story about how he plans to actually steal the keys from all the magical vaults, or he has a copy which he's not allowed to have, and he wants to then steal that stuff or something, but he keeps copies of keys. So we discover that. Convenient, right, for our duck friends that they break into a vault where a criminal is working, because that makes it less bad now that they're breaking into this place, because that guy is a bad guy, and they shouldn't be messed with or something. We can do whatever we want here. It's very weird, okay? They don't even know that. They just thought that the one guy looked weird, okay? They don't know that. Anyways, talking. They meet up with Donald Duck, who has this whole scheme about he's going to bring in this like magic potion that he wants to store there, and then in the magic potion is hidden our scientist guy. Meanwhile, Donald Duck is getting his key, and he asks the guy, "Hey, you didn't look at the code or whatever, or the magical password that I used?" I guess he has to write it down. Because he says all doors are sealed with a magical password. And then he gives it to him. "Here's yours." And then Donald Duck asks, "You're sure you didn't look at it?" And then the other employee there asks, like, "You don't trust my boss, Manfred?" And then he lies to Donald Duck, saying like, "Oh, that's stupid. Only it has a built-in spell, so only the owner can know the password that is used." Okay, he says that. Meanwhile, the scientist guy is looking through the place to find out the passwords to get into the vault. Now here's another convenient thing, because the owner of the place has a list with a copy of all the passwords. He of course finds this copy really easily. Like, he just looks around first. He finds a hidden storage area, and then he finds the scroll with all the passwords, and he's like, I can't translate that. Balls and no, I can't. And this is like, "Oh, it shouldn't be here. Only owners should know. Only owners should know the password," he says here. But he doesn't know that because him and Donald Duck, they already split up, right? He went to look for whatever, or a map from the building, a blueprint or something. And meanwhile, Donald Duck was getting the password for the vault, so he got the explanation. He doesn't know that, but he's like, only owners should know their password. That seems weird, because if the owner forgets the password, the bank can never enter the vault again. So I don't know. I think that's a bad system in any case. Anyways, then the owner finds out that Donald Duck's been lying with the fake soup, and then they chase him with a wand, like zapping him across the building. Then Magic Cat, the Magic Cat, the spell, comes walking on really happily, like, "Oh, it's time to get my spell, really nice."
Acting
Donald Duck sees her. No, Scrooge McDuck sees her, and he's like, "Guys, you need to like figure it out, hurry, because she's coming." He also then goes to the vault to help them. This is Donald Duck. He also gets confronted with the dogs, but he solves it in a different way. He throws his cane away, and the dogs chase him. Very disappointing moment. Okay, so these stone magical guards get distracted, get dismantled by a cane by just throwing away a stick. I don't know. I'm very disappointed by this. You know why? It's too easy. It's too easy for Scrooge McDuck. It's like they shouldn't be. I want to see him get torn to shreds by these dogs. Because it's arrogance. It's arrogant. Oh, I'll just walk into this vault. Oh no, the stone dogs are here. I'll throw my cane away. Of course it works. Haha. Stone dogs also love chasing sticks. Which, I mean, I guess could be true, but then still, what is this security system in this bank? It doesn't seem like a good place to hide your spell. Okay, so maybe that was Magica's big mistake here. Anyways. Then he comes in and he knows where the other guy put the list. Because where did the other guy go? Wait. Oh, he went to help Donald Duck. So then Scrooge McDuck walks in to still, because Donald Duck's in trouble, right? But Scrooge doesn't care. He's like, is on the mission. We need to prevent that sorceress from getting to my lucky dime. I don't care about Donald Duck or my friend. I'm gonna go in and do this myself, risk my life, go in. He then confronts the owner with the list. And meanwhile, the other employee is still looking for Donald Duck, and Donald Duck like sort of confronts him, or he says it's from the Ministry of Magic, and he shows them a card for the Ministry of Magic, because they thought up that as well before that, and he convinces them, sort of like come to their side and get his owner in trouble. Okay, so Donald Duck confronts the owner with this smug face, saying like, "Hey, you are stealing the passwords from these owners. You're like, you're breaking the law, or you're bad." And then they steal from the vault themselves. They use the passwords to go into somebody else's vault and steal her stuff. Of course, then they trick her like in the building, and then they have the spell. Okay, she's very angry, of course, at the owner, so she gives him a beating as well. Still, she doesn't use any magic. Weird. And then our friends are rejoicing in the end here. With all my money and now also her spell, we've prevented it from being used. And then they burn it. He burns the ultimate magical spell. Seems cruel and unnecessary. I don't know. And then they sort of celebrate, we achieved our mission. Like the entire time mocking magic and basically spitting in the face of magic.
How am I supposed to feel in this moment?
Ganja, I didn't want to make it that everybody was attacking you.
I feel very attacked.
Relax.
So that was the story that I read, and I thought a lot of things about. I did not agree with the morals here. I thought it was pretty lazy writing and a bit of a bad lesson here to people. You know, like if you think somebody's out for their money, steal their stuff to prevent it. Like, you know, if you think somebody's gonna, I don't know. It seems weird and wrong. Okay. Did I say that? The interesting part about the coin? I told her like she wants it to create the Midas touch, something that can give you the Midas touch, an amulet or something. However, it has to be a lucky dime from a rich person, from the richest person or something. It has to be the lucky dime from the richest person, or it loses its value because there's one adventure where she gets the coin, but Scrooge McDuck's money got stolen by somebody. So at the time that she has the coin, and she gives it back to him because she says like it has to know, or he points out like, I'm no longer the richest duck in the world, so the coin loses all its powers. Weird, right? So she gave it back to him because she needs it to be him when he's the richest duck in the world. Complicated and intriguing, and it's sort of like, this is destiny at play. These are like twin flames, romance, something. And I kind of, after this story, want to go to her side. I think Scrooge McDuck maybe has been, you know, like messing with his woman before. Maybe he's the reason she's still so angry at him and wants to get at him. I don't know. I did not like this quality of Scrooge McDuck, and I do believe that in other stories he does the same thing. Like do crimes, break the law, like just do whatever he wants, just so somebody can get to his lucky dime or get his money. And he leaves his nephews poor most of the time, and then invites them over when they're like so poor they can't even eat, to his fancy castle to look at all his riches, and then sends them home again. I don't know. Weird. I'm gonna say he's rich. The second one. Yeah, so that was my review. I hope you liked it. There's a fly here. There's been a fly here for days. I don't know what it wants. Anyways, thank you for listening, and I'll see you around. Bye.
Investing wisely is an art.
It's gotta circulate, circulate, round and around. Circulate, circulate, get off the ground. It needs a direction to journey to. If you want your money to be good to you, it's gotta circulate, circulate, come out of the woods. Stimulate, motivate, service and goods. It's no nest egg to incubate. Money's got to circulate. Money's gotta circulate.